There he goes. Oh, yeah. Oh, there he goes.
No, again. Hello there.
Yeah!
Does someone have hand sanitizer?
Oh, that was the best entrance ever. That was awesome. I see her. I think she's looking at me. I think we know her by Ahsoka.
Yeah! Lady Tano! Where is she? Oh, there she is.
Thank you. I love you too.
And what would Star Wars be without the Chosen One?
Skywalker.
Skywalker, not Lanter. I love it. Now, our other three, we got this? Yes? Oh, okay. Oh, you seen her? So is there someone who is a Sith and a bounty hunter, kind of an anti-hero, one of the coolest females in all of Star Wars?
Oh yeah, it's Ventress. I think she's some sort of Jedi now.
And do we have the other awesome female hunter? Is that I got the nod for that? Maybe someone's close to Anakin? Yes, we have Padme.
Yeah! Woo!
And lastly, but not least, I think...
No least.
No least. I think there's a show dropping like in a week.
Oh yeah!
I don't know. Darth Maul, Sam Witwer.
Oh yeah, baby! Woo! Darth Maul! It's awesome!
Welcome, everybody. Welcome.
Thank you.
I'm very excited. I'm honored to be moderating this panel. I'm geeking out inside. I'm holding it in, but what's going on in there? All right. All right, so James, I have you to my right. Let's start with you. So, you had to bridge Obi-Wan between Ewan McGregor's performance and the more classic Jedi tone. Was there like a specific moment in the Clone Wars that felt like now this is like my Obi-Wan?
Oh, wow. Well, thank you. And thank you, all of you. You're all beautiful and wonderful. Have we had fun all 4 days?
Yeah!
Yeah, you know, I started 23 years ago on the micro series of the Clone Wars, and at the time the movies were still being made, so it was very specifically match Ewan McGregor. And then as we moved on into this Clone Wars, Dave Filoni and George Lucas, they said, all of us really take these characters and make them your own. And so I tried to combine a little, you know, I have a bad feeling about this master. Hello there, these aren't the George you're looking for, you know. My own kind of Obi-Wan, and so it's a, you know, homage to both of the great actors that have played him, yeah.
That's awesome.
Ashley, let's go to you. So, Ahsoka walks away from the Jedi Order before Order 66, right?
Spoilers.
What? I haven't seen it.
Hello
Did you
there.
always feel that was like her defining moment, or was there another episode where you felt true, like she became the Ahsoka we know today?
I definitely feel that was her defining moment.
Okay.
It's funny because Ahsoka kind of went on a journey of gaining the fans and all of our kind of, respect's not the right word, but I think we were all a little unsure of like, wait a minute, she was not in episode 3. And, you know, Anakin didn't have a Padawan. Who is this 14-year-old girl? Then slowly as the Clone Wars went on, I do feel like she really cemented herself by the end of season 3. But by the end of season 5, I feel like that was the defining moment, my favorite moment, in fact, of Ahsoka moment of all, where she just captured everyone's hearts. And I think at that point, she took up residence in all of our hearts and stayed there. But it is also her defining moment for her storyline. I mean, that is the moment where I think it's so many things. We discover who she really is. I think it saved her life in many ways. I could go on, and I won't because I want everyone else to talk. But I noticed a shift, a very big shift in the response from fans around the globe after that moment.
Great. Matt, let's go to you. We're going down the line. So your version of Anakin Skywalker is often seen as the definitive, like, heroic version of Anakin. Was there a moment in the series you were consciously trying to start, like, layering hints that his turn to the dark side was coming, or did that evolve naturally?
Yeah, George definitely wanted a heroic, more bravado and kind of charisma and kind of funny at times. We talked about it prior to starting. Because we had heard he was a hero, we just didn't really get to see it much in the films. And so we wanted to show that season of his life. I feel like maybe one of the more defining moments where that started to happen was the Mortis trilogy, where Anakin had the visions of Vader, and we saw the Vader head, and we heard his breath. And from that point on, Dave and I called it flashes of the dark side. And those were really important to me, because I loved anchoring what I was doing, which obviously was more heroic, to Vader and what's to come, and we all know he's going there. And so that was the beauty of having 7 seasons, to kind of show this slower spiral of darker moments and, like, loose screw moments, like, he's beating Clovis and just, like, relentless, right? Yeah.
He deserved it.
Yes. For violence. But
He
those
deserved
moments
it.
were always really fun for me, because it felt like I was contributing to the saga, not so isolated, heroic Anakin. Yeah.
Great. Nika. Yes, okay. So Ventress has one of the most complex arcs in Clone Wars. It is fantastic, became a fan favorite. When you were recording later episodes, did your approach for her kind of change from, like, Sith to bounty hunter, kind of evolve along with her change over her arc?
Yeah, totally. It's funny that you asked that, because I've been trying to go back and watch, because there's so many things that I don't remember because it's been so long, and so many people ask me questions, and I feel like such a dope because it had been so long that I had watched. So I've been doing things like before I go to bed, I watch episodes, and it's funny that you asked this, because I was watching Bounty last night, the episode Bounty, which I love so much, and to me it's like, watching that now I remember that that's sort of like my favorite part of her. It's like, the woman walks into the bar alone. She says,
Yeah.
she takes a swig. She has another drink. She, she like started off for me sort of this like regal character, and then she sort of becomes this sort of like lone desert dweller, and this completely like at the end of that episode when she says, I used to be like you guys, when she's talking to them, and she says, but now I'm different. Now I have a future, and I feel like that, well, the sad thing is then she didn't have a future. It took 11 years for then her to have a future again. But, I was really looking forward to that before it ended, for that part of her, that bounty hunter, lone wolf. Now she's not working for anybody. She's just doing it herself, and she's sort of going on this like self-discovery, and so I don't know if that answers the question. I just mean that, like, there's this whole part of her that started to become discovered, that lone, I love that part of her. To me is like the best part, that lone wolf.
That's great, and also there's so much swag in that voice that you do for it. It's so good.
Swag, yeah.
All right, Catherine, let's go to you. So Padme often operates in the political shadows while massive battles are happening around her. Was there an episode where you felt her impact on the galaxy was just as powerful as anything happening on the battlefield?
I think it's interesting because being at these conventions, it's really cool because I get to meet some of you who watched the show as little kids. and then you watch the show as grown-ups, and
Yeah.
and I get so often, you know, when you were a little kid, you weren't so interested in these political episodes, but now you're like, they're so cool, and they're mirroring what's happening in our own lives and world. And I mean, I definitely feel like what was going on politically, of course, was always influencing what was going on in the war. But I always go back to how poor Padme was being influenced unknowingly by Palpatine the entire time.
Look at me.
Manipulation and corruption and evil. And so yeah, so all of those layers, I think, are in the show, and I love that so much because that's the real battle between good and evil.
Great, awesome. Sam, manipulator.
He's really a good guy in real life.
So Sam, as far as Clone Wars goes from all, we know what's about to drop very soon. Brandon.
Yeah, Darth Maul.
Which is 1 year after the Clone Wars, right? So let's start with this. So Maul's almost Shakespearean in Clone Wars, right? Did you draw from any specific interpretation styles to bring intensity and tragedy to the character in the Clone Wars specifically?
Yes, Shakespeare.
Yeah, Shakespeare. There it is. So my immediate follow-up, Shadow Lord. Don't go there.
Sorry, what was the question? I totally just
So it's Shakespearean, your version of Maul in the Clone Wars. Did you draw from anything specific? Like where did you pull that intensity and tragedy for the character?
Pain and suffering and, yeah. What the character was meant to represent, I thought, was very important to the series because if you could really flesh out a character like Maul, it helps to shade in the good guy characters, you know, Ahsoka and Anakin and Padme and Obi-Wan. And hello there. Yeah, I know you're over there. But yeah, I felt like that was my job in the series to shade it, to be the shade in the overall picture, you know. So that was what I was trying to do anyway. In terms of what Maul was trying to do, I guess he's still trying to do it, but he has to deal with, you know, a bunch of manipulation from Palpatine, which is not me, is a different guy, okay? He manipulated me too, okay? We're all in the same boat, guys. All of us. We're all manipulated by Palpatine. Everyone, there's no one at this table that wasn't.
But wait a
Most
second.
of you people, what?
Wait a second. You voice Palpatine sometimes.
Yeah.
Let me explain. Now, hold on. Let me explain now.
Let me explain.
When others were not available, someone had to fill in, and so that's what I did. I was filling in. It's not a big deal, okay?
I just pictured Darth Maul going, I got a great Palpatine impression. I can do this.
I just designed a new t-shirt in my head, emotionally damaged by Palpatine.
Yeah.
I think it should say, do it.
Yeah. Do it.
Do it.
Oh, that was good.
So I have a question for all of you, but before I have a question for all of you, I think the room would not like me as a person if I didn't ask one Shadow Maul question at least. So, Sam, we're gonna stick with you real quick before I throw to everyone. Where will we find Maul when the series picks up?
Disney Plus.
Disney Plus.
Oh yeah. Well.
Got it. If you're not subscribe. $14.99.
Rest in peace, wallets.
And also, Darth Talon. I'm just.
Oh yeah.
Do what you want with that information.
It takes place shortly after the Clone War, and we find ourselves on a planet called Janix, which is a place
where the Empire's in charge now, and everyone knows the Empire's in charge, and everyone's paying taxes and doing all stuff to the Empire, but they're not everywhere yet. There isn't an Imperial Star Destroyer parked in orbit, the stormtroopers aren't there, they're not everywhere, and they're not on Janix. So what better place to rebuild a criminal enterprise? Legitimate business. Yeah. He's basically, his first task is dusting himself off from what happened, because, look, the Jedi were asleep at the wheel. Let's just call it what it is. Because, I just recall, there was only one guy who had a workable plan at the end of the war, and I was trying to get some help, and someone turned me down. Anyways, I was trying to do a good thing there. I was trying to be cool, and someone turns me down. So bad things happened. Not my fault. And then basically at that point there were supposed to be a bunch of contingencies in place to insulate him from the changes between the Clone War and the Empire. And the people that were supposed to be there were not there. They kind of went off and covered their own butts. And so now, in order to reassert himself, Maul must now find those people and teach them a lesson.
All right.
And also, look, he's always on the lookout. He's always on the lookout for a young Force user who could use guidance.
Yes. Ezra
James,
Bridger.
We'll start with you, but this is going to be for everyone. Go work down the row. So if you could go back and re-record one scene, knowing where your character ends up later, which moment would you change and how?
I can see the whole thing.
Starting with me. You guys got that? Think about that. Well, I love The Lawless with Sam and the Duchess Satine.
Oh, yeah.
Anna Graves, shout out to Anna Graves, the amazingly talented Anna Graves, doing a wonderful job.
Satine trees.
And we had so much fun doing that, but I had no idea. We get the scripts when we walk in the room, so I did not know what was coming. And you did. you bad man. I don't know if I would change it, but it was so heartbreaking to find out. I literally, as I'm reading the actions in the script, so you have the dialogue and the actions, and I see, because I was expecting Anakin to come and save the day. Where were you? And he didn't. And so, but I loved it. It's everybody asks what's your favorite. It's my most favorite and my least favorite at the same time, because it's pure Star Wars, and it's also such a cry. That last cry for Kenobi to cry out to Maul and make that connection. I know you. I've seen where you came from. He's trying. He's always trying. So maybe if I could have offered him a cookie, it would have worked. Sweets, maybe, yes. I'm so distracted by this Darth Maul right here in the ground. Stand up for a second.
Yeah, Darth Maul!
All right, you can sit down.
Oh, we've never been asked this question before.
Yes.
So I've said this before, and I hope I don't get in trouble for saying this. I was never. I was never a fan. Yes, I was never a fan of Ahsoka having a boyfriend.
Oh, yeah.
And that's so weird for me to say, because I love love and I love stories. I mean, literally one of my favorite things about The Empire Strikes Back is like Han and Leia, and I love you, I know. Like, I love love. Ahsoka had many other things to do than have a boyfriend. I wasn't into it, so I was so ready for her to ditch Lux. And so this is the part I might get in trouble for, so y'all stick with me. Don't get me in trouble with Dave Filoni now. But originally, season 7, you know, the Martez sisters, Trace and Rafa, we did record those episodes before we got canceled, and it was actually 2 guys. And one of them, I think this is out there, right? Is this out there? One of the guys was a guy named Nick Sokami, and it was voiced by an amazing actor who was incredible, and we became friends. But it was Ahsoka's boyfriend, and I just was not a fan. So I was actually really thrilled when we came back and we got to re-record these episodes, and Dave changed it to the Martez sisters, and I thought it worked really well. So I wouldn't redo it, but we did get the chance to redo it, and the part that I would have redone got changed.
Yeah!
So I forgot the original question, so we're just saying what would we redo?
Yeah, what line would you record? What scene?
Oh, line. I would change the scene where Ahsoka leaves, and I think Anakin would just go with her.
Yeah!
I love that.
You're bringing me to tears.
I don't know, Kat's too fond of that
We
story.
can't start those rumors.
Padme can join too.
This is
feel like
getting
you guys are
really
taking
strange
this in
for
a
a
completely different way than what I meant it. I didn't even. That's not at all what I meant.
I'm gonna go with Maul.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. All right, if we're going there, then I was going to say, like, it's really hard for me to think about, because I feel like Ventress, when she could have done the wrong thing, she always ended up doing the right thing, even though she seems such a baddie. But, I mean, it sort of would have been fun if when she, like, for example, said, "Oh, looks like I've come to save you," she might have snuck in a little kiss.
Ah, yes. Oh, man.
I mean, maybe that's just going far down, but we're getting weird. Like they
Yeah.
like just like a tiny, like maybe just a little, little pat. Even though I know your true love.
Red is my color.
Yeah.
Blushing, you see.
Yeah. Like, yeah. Okay, cool.
It's Clone Wars After Dark.
I mean,
I don't think I would change anything from the Clone Wars, but I would probably say that Padme should go to a hospital on Coruscant to have childbirth next time.
you're not wrong.
Perhaps things would turn out better.
Sam, what about you?
You know, I actually have, there is something that always bugged me, and it was my fault. It was totally on me. It's fine in the episode, but I didn't feel like I did a good enough job of justifying why he was saying what he was saying. And it's this moment where he's on the Hutt homeworld, and they fight a bunch of bounty hunters. Him and Savage and Jon Favreau fight a bunch of bounty hunters. Previous line, right? And it's Embo and it's Latz-Razi, and it's like they get into a big, furious fight. It's a pretty serious fight, and then they all, like, Embo's hat gets dented in, and the wolf gets knocked over, and they all start running away, and everyone's gonna go after them, and Maul says, they're only bounty hunters, they have no allegiance. And he calls his men off and goes, and it makes sense that he's like, no, we're here for the Hutt Council, don't bother with them. But I thought, you know, when I see it now, I'm like, I should have put more thought into it, because it should have been more fun. He should have been like, that was a good time. Those guys are great. We might use them later. Let's go. because he you know, I'm like, the Maul that I know, especially in Shadowlord, respects the fact if someone can take care of themselves like that. But also, if there's we have no reason to kill those guys. We just defeated them soundly. They're running away. No reason to kill them. Let's deal with the Hutts. And he ends up killing the Hutt Council, right? They have reason to kill those guys, right? But there's this very interesting line from Maul where he's like, let's not waste our time fighting people who are essentially just paid to go after us. There's no threat there. you know. So I thought I didn't do a good enough job of really showing the audience what Maul was thinking there, and also the fact that that fight for him was like, yeah, it was a good time. Good job, guys. Get out of here. You know?
That's awesome.
That type of thing. But it still works. It works fine, either way it is.
I thought of something that I feel really guilty about.
Go for it.
Because I was just doing funny stuff, but I do feel a little guilty that I, went back to Dathomir and went to talk to Mother Talzin about Dooku and then let all my sisters die, and including her. I did feel a little weird about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably take that back, and they're like, go on, just don't worry, we're gonna die. You just go off and do something. And
We'll
I was
be
just
alright,
like,
darling,
cool.
we'll be fine.
I did feel a little weird about that.
That makes sense. All right, so we have about 10-ish minutes left, and we have 2 mics for questions. Slow, like a Jedi, not a Sith. Like a Jedi, not a Sith. All right, we'll start.
For the Clone Wars, I'd love to find out where Ahsoka went.
Yeah, baby. That'd be good.
I'd like to see the Ahsoka Anakin Padme show.
You know.
I know I feel so selfish saying this too, but I would like the massage show.
Didn't we already get that?
I obviously always like to see more Padme, but I've played 3 Twi'leks that I really love in different franchises: Mission, Numa, and Vet. And I would love some story of how they were somehow all related and connected.
Oh, that'd be fun.
And family through those creatures.
There's a very excited Twi'lek back there that was jumping up and down.
I'm already getting what I want.
You're not wrong.
It's Maul's world, we're just living in it.
Right here.
Hello. I'm here mostly for my brother, so I'm only understanding like bits and snippets of things.
First in line.
Yes, he didn't have a question, but I wanted to say first off, shout out to Mika. I know you for so much more past Clone Wars, and James too. I know you for a lot of stuff. I also respect like everything you've done, and the fact that you had such a long-running series and a revival. My question is, now with Dave Filoni being the new president of Lucasfilm, if there's any new animated stuff down the pipeline, would you be willing to reprise your roles or take on a potential new role at some point?
No.
What?
Of course.
Oh yeah.
Too busy.
Yeah. We would love it. We always would love the opportunities, and we're incredibly grateful for all of them. Yeah, we got 20 years of Clone Wars coming up in 2 years.
That's crazy.
Hi, my name is Autumn. I'm actually able to ask this question because you guys cut off on the last panel right before I could last time. Yep, I'm calling y'all out, but love y'all still. My question is, you kind of stepped into it a little bit. What if series? Marvel already did a what if series on Avengers. What
Yes,
if
yes.
Ahsoka was Obi-Wan's Padawan? What if Padme didn't pass away? What would you love to see from a what if series of Star Wars and Clone Wars?
I mean, that would have been easier for everybody if Anakin had never been around.
No, but yeah.
Caused a couple problems.
I mean, Sam, because I feel like you know more and you always have deeper, in-depth conversations. What would have happened if Ahsoka would have joined Maul?
Yeah, no, that's such an interesting question. It would have been like, join me, and then credits, and Star Wars is done. They fixed it. You know? I mean, it would have been a scene where they take out Palpatine, but then just roll credits, and no one needs to watch any more Star Wars because they did it.
Yeah.
They did it. They won the Star Wars. No. I don't know that it would have gone as well as Maul thought it would have gone.
But think of the Funko Pops.
Thank you guys.
Oh yeah.
It's
Sith
like, but you
Ahsoka.
must
Yeah.
wear the horns.
All right, over here.
Alright, I gotta look at my notes so I can say this correctly. What's one piece of feedback, direction, or
I'm sorry, could you just go just a little closer to that mic?
Yeah. What is one piece of feedback, direction, or maybe just an overall lesson you learned while working on Star Wars that informed how you approached your roles in other projects, whether Star Wars or something else?
Faster, more intense.
You know, being around these folks was hugely educational for me because I was a green voice actor when I started. So seeing them just kicking so much butt, creating these characters and having them be so vivid and interesting was an incredible bit of feedback. All right.
Thank you.
I think the same. I mean, Ashley and I and Matt have talked about it before too. We were all really new to voiceover, and we got to come in with people who, like Corey Burton and D. Bradley Baker, James and Mika, who were chefs. And so you got this taste of working on a job with people who really cared about what they did. They cared about the art, they cared about the projects, and what a great way to get set up to go on and have careers. So it was like university of voiceover.
All right, let's jump over here.
Hey everybody, so it's exciting. I didn't expect to meet. So I talked to Catherine on Friday. So I have a daughter who's not very well. Her health is awful. She has seizures and she faints, and it's not so good because they can't treat her properly because there's no real diagnosis. But one of the things that her and I always did was Clone Wars. And I always talked to her about like, oh, I love Transformers and this. So like when we met Peter Cullen and Frank Welker, for me it was like, yeah, this is the greatest thing ever. And she's like, Dad, you're a goofball. Well, when she met Sam 10 years ago at a con in Denver, she was just like, oh my God, he's there, blah, blah, blah. And it was fantastic because he was still Crashdown at that point from Battlestar. And so I thought about that, and again, talking to Catherine, how do you guys feel knowing that you are really the faces and the approachability to these characters that, just like for me, it's, these other voice actors, they're those characters. Because you know that, that you mentioned there's Alec and there's Hayden and there's all these other guys that were your characters, but how do you feel knowing you really are those characters even beyond those other actor portrayals? How does that make you feel?
Bless you for saying the things. It's a dream come true for all of us, really. I mean, for me, since I was 4 years old, I wanted to be a voice actor. I didn't want to be an on-camera actor. I wanted to be a voice actor. I wanted to do voices. So to be a part of this, I used to watch Mel Blanc and Don Messick and all those guys. So to be a part of this now is amazing, and to hear your stories and to get hugs and tears and share with you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to give time for everybody else to talk to.
Well, and I know we're running short on time, and if this is okay, you said your daughter's not doing well right now?
Correct.
What is her name?
Hannah.
Hannah, do you have a phone?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take a selfie video. Can I borrow your phone for a second?
Oh, that is so sweet.
Okay, I'll bring it right back, I promise. Okay,
She's good on her word. She's good on her word.
I'm gonna bring it up here, and we're all going to be in this video for Hannah because it's also not just us, it's the entire Star Wars community.
Yes.
I do believe that the Force is real and that we all have power. Oh wait, I'm calling. Am I calling Hannah?
I have no idea what you're doing. I just
Oh, Hannah, please pick up. Please pick up, Hannah.
Can we FaceTime?
Oh, she didn't pick up.
Oh. Bantha poodoo.
Oh, it's her voicemail.
I'll do a video,
Okay, we're gonna do video. I don't have my glasses on.
Don't worry.
So you give it to the old guy?
The Obi-Wan and Anakin banner is real. He's got the high ground.
Wait, hold on. Let's start. Okay. Hi, Hannah. This Orlando, and I'm here with all my friends.
Hello there. Hi, Hannah.
Hi. And so we're here with your dad and all of our friends. Hannah, we are sending the force your way. The force is strong with you, Hannah. We're sending you all of our love.
May the force be with you.
Together now, we're all going to say, may the force be with you.
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
May the force be with you. Always.
Possibly the best thing ever. And honestly, there's also no way of topping that, and we are out of time, unfortunately. We were going to top that anyway, so I'm sorry for everyone who's in line, but yes, we're up to this to a close. Thank you guys so much. Thank you.